Okay, so today I'm going to be talking about a documentary here about Tommy Chong. Who is this? AKA Tommy Chong. The United States of America versus Thomas B. Ken Chong. So I found this here to be an amazing documentary. If you know anything about Tommy Chong, which people that are watching this most likely probably do if you've seen the movies Up in Smoke, and all the other movies they released in the 80s. I found this here was a very, very interesting documentary about his life. So pretty much starts off when he was born, and also he talks about him growing up, and a lot of very interesting stuff in this documentary. And then they also talked about around, I believe it might have been late 60s, probably late 60s, when he first met, met Cheech. I believe that was, trying to think when that, sometime in the 1960s. And also, because it would show footage from way back in sometime in the 60s. And Tommy Chong, I found, looked completely different from when he was in the movie Up in Smoke. Completely, I didn't even know it was him. Very interesting. So it says here, months after the terrorist attack 9/11, Tommy Chong, the bandana-clad half of stoner comedy duo Cheech and Chong, which I found I did not. This is one thing I don't think I knew. So here they decided to kind of start their own business. So trying to think. So this would have been. Let me see here. So it would have been sometime during probably 2001. I'm thinking. So they decided to start their own business. Own company, own business. So they were here, so they, on the internet, they started a website. And this was quite new. This was new to me. I never knew this. So they started their own business. So here, of course, you probably know what they probably sell. So they were selling bongs over the internet, which, back then it wasn't even legalized in the States, in Canada, anywhere. It wasn't even legalized yet, not even a thought of being legalized. Like I said, this was in 2001, so it became legalized. Oh, I know here it became legalized in, what is it now, a couple years ago, 2021, I think, here. Been legal a couple years. But yeah, here, they decided to start their own business of selling bongs over the internet. So when they did that, all of a sudden, here was the police and everything maybe even the FBI, I believe, found where they were making the drug paraphernalia, however you pronounce that, paraphernalia. So bongs that would actually, yeah, be considered, yeah, actually that's considered drug, for however you pronounce it, paraphernalia. So yeah, I'm not thinking much of it. I guess when you decided to start their own business selling them on the internet. So all of a sudden, they found where it was. Then all of a sudden, they were busted. So he was sentenced to 9 months in federal prison, as a part of the government's $12 million drug paraphernalia sting Operation Pipe Dreams. So yeah, I did not know that he was busted for that. That's one thing I did not know. It was quite interesting. Very quite interesting. So yeah, like I said, and it showed him over the years, probably even more, actually before that, if I'm not mistaken, before they had the first movie Up in Smoke, him and Cheech would do stand-up comedy like in the early 70s, and later on, I believe also, if I'm not mistaken, they also did have albums out. Yeah, it also said they had albums out as well, like stand-up comedy albums. A couple they released also in the 70s, stand-up comedy albums. Yeah, so let's talk about that. Also, talking about when they had the first movie Up in Smoke, which probably, pretty much everybody knew about, probably knows that movie. But yeah, I found it was very, very interesting. Pretty much, like I said, talking about his life growing up, how he got into the business, in movies and stuff like that. But yeah, I found that was very interesting, for sure. And also, like I said, when that happened, when they, I believe it was later on, not long after, it said he, later on, Chong turns himself in for that, because when they came in and done the bust and found all the stuff they were making and that, obviously I don't think he was there. Later on he turned himself, yeah, that's right, he turned himself in, and but yeah, he done, I forget, it said he done about a couple months, I'm trying to think how many, couple months, 9, yeah, like I said, 9 months for that, and like I said, so that would have been around probably like sometime in 2001, early 2002. But yeah, I found like it was very, very interesting, about, and then all the movies they made, it just was unbelievable. It all started with like Up in Smoke in 1978, And then they had, believe, like next movie, they were talking about all the movies later on that they had. It all started with Up in Smoke. Um, but yeah, I found it was very, very interesting. Documentary, definitely. It's the back of it. Yeah, it was very, very interesting. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this. And let me know what you think down in the comments. And yeah, but yeah, I found like it was definitely a great, great documentary. Um, I don't know, like later on, I believe they might have talked about this in the documentary. I'm not sure, but also he back in I think it was the 90s, sometime in the 90s, late 90s or something like that. He was on that 70s show. But yeah, great, great documentary. Um, so yeah, let me know what you think, and hopefully you enjoyed it. And so yeah, this is the third video, like I said, that I'm gonna do today on this channel here. Like I said, it's been a while. So hopefully those 3 videos you enjoyed them. Let me know what you think in the comments, and thank you so much for all you people supporting this channel, and definitely thank you so much for supporting my other channel. Greatly appreciate it with that. So at least I have a couple new stuff on this channel, new content. Gonna be doing new content later on. Not sure when, but anyways, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Make sure to hit that thumbs up, and bye.